Hello friends, today's topic of discussion is depository receipt. These are the following topics to be covered under the concept depository receipt. Start with the meaning of depository receipt. A depository receipt is a negotiable certificate issued by a bank representing shares in a foreign company traded on a local stock exchange. Basically, depository receipt constitute a mechanism through which issuer can raise fund outside their home jurisdiction. A depository receipt gives investor an opportunity to hold shares in the equity of foreign countries and give them an alternative to trading on an international market. For example, an Indian company wants to raise fund from the Japan. An investor in Japan is also ready to invest in the Indian company. So the acknowledgement that Japan's investor will receive against the share issued from India is nothing but the depository receipt. And this depository receipt will not be issued by the Indian company but by the Japan's depository bank. Now let us understand how depository receipts work. Suppose an Indian company wants to raise fund from foreign country by issuing shares. An investor in foreign country also ready to invest in the foreign company. But Indian company cannot issue shares in the foreign country directly. Then how Indian company will issue shares to the foreign investor? Indian company will contact to domestic custodian in India and will transfer share to them. Fine. Now, what is the function of custodian bank? Custodian bank is a financial institution that holds customer securities for safekeeping to prevent them from being stolen or lost. Fine. This domestic custodian will hold the shares of the Indian company on behalf of them. Now, domestic custodian will contact to company in foreign named as Overseas Depository Bank. Fine. Or this domestic custodian uses overseas depository bank for selling the DR to the foreign investor. This connection ensures that the shares of the stock actually exist. Finally, overseas depository bank will issue depository receipt as an acknowledgement against issue of shares of the Indian company. Topic is types of depository receipts. So first is sponsored. Under this type, there is a formal agreement between issuer country and foreign depository for creation or issue of depository receipts. Fine. Next is unsponsored. Under this type, there exists no formal agreement between the foreign depository and the issuer country. Fine. Next is listed. They are traded on organized exchanges. For example, American Depositary Receipts are traded on New York Stock Exchange. And the last is unlisted. They are not traded on organized exchanges, whereas they are traded over the counter between the parties. Fine. Next topic is types of depository receipts depending upon location. So, depending upon location, depository receipts can be classified as ADR, that is American Depository Receipts, IDR, Indian Depository Receipts, and GDR, that is Global Depository Receipts. So, let us first understand what is IDR. When foreign company issues shares in India, depository receipts issued by domestic depository to Indian investor is known as Indian depository receipts. And Indian depository receipt is denominated in Indian rupees. Fine. And ADR is a negotiable certificate issued by US Depository Bank representing a specific number of shares of a foreign company's stock. So, ADR trades on US stock market as any domestic share would. Fine. And the last is GDR. GDR is very similar to American Depository Receipts. The difference in between these two is depository receipt issued by US bank is called ADR, and depository receipt issued by international depository bank other than US bank is known as GDR, that is Global Depository Receipt. Now let us learn in detail what is American Depository Receipt. American Depository Receipt provide US investors with an opportunity to trade in shares of a foreign company. When the ADRs did not exist, it was very difficult for American investor to trade in shares of a foreign companies as they had to go through many rules and regulations. So To ease such hardship faced by American investors, the regulatory body, that is Securities Exchange Commission, introduced the concept of ADR, which made it easier for American investors to trade in shares of foreign companies. For example, Volkswagen, a German company, trade on New York Stock Exchange. The investor in America can easily invest into the German company through the stock exchange. And American Depositary Receipt has been offering companies, investors, and traders global investment opportunities since 1920s. Next is, what is Global Depository Receipts? Global Depository Receipts is a type of bank certificate that represents a share in foreign company. Private market use GDRs to raise capital denominated in either US dollars or euros. When private market attempt to obtain euros instead of US dollars, GDRs are referred to as EDRs, that is European Depository Receipts. Companies issue GDRs to attract interest by foreign investors. GDRs provide a low cost mechanism in which these investors can participate. A custodian bank often takes possession of the shares while the transaction processes, ensuring both parties a level of protection while facilitating participation. A broker who represents the buyer manages the purchase and sale of GDR. Generally, brokers are from the home country and sellers are within the foreign market. Next topic is types of GDR. First is Rule 144A GDRs. These GDRs are those which operate through the Rule 144A of the Securities Exchange Commission of the US. This rule allows non-American companies to trade and raise capital in the American market. Fine. And second is Regulation S GDRs. These GDRs are those which help non American companies to raise funds and establish a trading presence in the European market only. These GDRs are usually traded on London Stock Exchange and are popularly known as Regulation S GDRs. Only non American investors can trade in Regulation S GDRs. Let's have a look to the difference between ADR and GDR. First is full form. Full form of ADR is American Depositary Receipt, and full form of GDR is Global Depository Receipt, as we all know. Next is meaning. ADR is a negotiable instrument issued by a US bank representing non-US company stock trading in US stock exchange. And GDR is a negotiable instrument issued by International Depository Bank representing foreign company stock trading globally. Fine. And next is relevance. Foreign companies can trade in US stock market, and in case of GDR, foreign companies can trade in any country, any country's stock exchange other than US stock market. Next difference is where these ADRs and GDRs are issued. So ADRs are issued in United States domestic capital market and GDRs are issued in European capital market. Next is listed in ADRs are listed in American stock exchange such as New York Stock Exchange or Nasdaq, that is National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotation, and GDRs are listed in non-US stock exchange such as London Stock Exchange or Luxembourg Stock Exchange. Fine. Next is negotiation. ADRs are negotiable in America only and GDRs are negotiable all over the world. Fine. Next is disclosure requirement. ADRs disclosure requirement is onerous, whereas GDRs disclosure requirement is less onerous. Fine. And the last is market. ADRs are issued in retail investor market and GDRs are issued in institutional market. Next topic is what are the advantages of ADR and GDR. So first is they provide access to investment in foreign market. Fine. Next is they are denominated in US dollar and euros and both of which are very powerful currencies. Fine. Next is they can be easily traded in markets because they are treated like shares. Fine. And the last is for companies, deposit receipts are a great way to attract positive international attention and expand their base of shareholders as well. Last topic is disadvantages of ADR and GDR. First is deposit receipts are one of the most expensive way to raise capital. Next is Since all transactions are happening in foreign currencies, the investments and capital are subject to the volatility of the foreign exchange. Next is depository receipts are only stable for high net individuals as high amount of capital are needed to trade in them. And the last is there are very less choices for interested investors. So this was all about depository receipts. Thank you for watching.